Hey, Italy, Namibia kick off today's action at the Rugby Union World Cup. Could have been a potential banana skin for Italy. We've seen in World Cups past that they tend to struggle a little bit against the lesser opposition, and they don't hit full flow, and they stutter to scrappy wins. And the first half at periods looked like it was going to be one of those scrappy wins. Second half, yeah, it was like they were playing sevens. The handling skills pick. I mean, the heat's had an impact, and I think going in at half time, only 17-8 up, I think they've had a rollicking in the dressing room, because in the second half they came out like I've never seen an Italian side play so well, honestly. And in that heat, with over 30 degrees Celsius against stubborn opposition, with moments where the handling does let them down, I tell you now, they didn't let the handling errors put them off. They didn't let the constant stop-start put them off that it would have done in years past. This young Italian team is exciting. People always write Italy off going, oh, they shouldn't belong in the Six Nations. Well, in World Cups past, okay, you could say that. You could say in years past, they're not developing. The average age, I think, of the players coming on, the average age of players on, I think was about 23, 24 years old. There were some younger than that. There are a few veteran players, but this is a very young, very exciting Italian team. But it's Namibia that take the lead. Now, Swanepoel, he holds the world record for an international kick for goal at over 70, I think 70, 75 metres out. He decided, I'm going to have a punt at goal. He slots the first penalty on 3 minutes. He would have a shot from about 60 metres on the angle later in the game. He had the distance and about 15 metres. I think if he'd slots that, he could. I think Swanepoel could break his goal kicking world record from distance. He has a bit of a peg on him. So Namibia actually take the lead. Tommy Allen responds with his penalty on 8 minutes, and then the Van Jaarsveld yellow card for collapsing them all. Yeah, that's there's no arguing that one. It's a deliberate collapse of them all. Lorenzo Canone scores the resulting try from the rolling maul from the penalty line out a minute later. Tommy Allen converts that. Then they've got to have Hardwick, the number 8, throwing in the line out because Van Jaarsveld is the starting hooker. He overthrows, and Garbisi ends up after the first phase scoring a very, very good try on 15 minutes. Allen converts that. The Mouton try, however, for Namibia, down to 14 men, that is a brilliant try. They shouldn't be scoring that. They have created an overlap with one less player on the field. And they did have moments in a scrappy first half where they actually had more possession in territory. So Namibia were fighting in the first half. And in that heat, fair play to the Namibians. A lot of them aren't fully professional. They're semi-pros. They're scattered all over the world, these Namibian players. To then come into a camp, prepare for a World Cup. That is a brilliant try. And they gave it their all. It was half time, it's 17-8. Italy can be worried, I think. Years past, Italy would have had some nerves, some jitters. Not so in the second half. So their first try comes in 46 minutes from Lamb. Capuzzo finally gets some running space. And they're combined. That's got to be the try of the game. That was a brilliant counter-attack try. Capuzzo finally in space. We know what he can do. We've seen it against Wales last year in the Six Nations. You give him space and time. Yeah, he can create something from nothing. He had a very quiet first half. Second half, he was actively involved, swapping wings, going to fullback, going to the outside centre position. He was floating around in attack. Defensively, you can play him at fullback, play him on the wing. In attack, he can pop up at outside centre, inside centre, on either wing, fullback, inject himself into the line. His combination with Ione, they were swapping wings. Bruno comes on. It's just, yeah, but that try was the bonus point try, and it was possibly the best bit of the game. Riccioni's try was disallowed for a knock-on. Debatable. I want your thoughts on that. Did the Namibian player knock it on himself back into Riccioni, who then regains possession? Is it knocked loose in the tackle, but he regains possession before hitting the ground? That's in the build-up to Riccioni going over. Debatable. Debatable. I think they possibly got that one wrong, but it's a 50-50. Favia gets his try. Again, the forwards and the scrum and the line out smashing the Namibians. They got that right. That's a strength that Italy can build upon from set play. Zuliani, that flanker should not be goose-stepping a fullback. and then breaking the tackle whilst doing the goose step. Shouldn't be doing that, but he had a brilliant game when he came on, turning over ball, fighting, the scraps, the turnovers, the ruck, the maul, really contesting. And Adogwu, who was called into the England squad, was never capped. Obviously, he's eligible also to play for Italy. Italy will give you Test Rugby. He's a small wrecking ball of a centre. Playing inside centre, playing outside centre, playing on the wing. He's a short, powerful centre. He's not a big, rangy centre. This guy is a human cannonball. His try, he just blitzes them down the left wing. He again very versatile. Problem is Italy only have 3 out and out specialised centres in their squad. All 3 were used today. Luckily, you've got 2 starting fly halves on the field who can both play inside centre in Garbisi and Allen. Allen kicked 8 out of 8 today. Fantastic. 100% kicking record, which we didn't see yesterday in the France-New Zealand game. So Italy are going to have to rely on Tommy Allen and Garbisi to occasionally play inside centre. Most likely Allen will go inside centre, Garbisi at fly half for the France-New Zealand games for defence. But then you've got Capuzzo in attack who can slot into outside centre, Adogwu, Bruno can play the centres, but it's not their out-and-out position. So Brex and Morisi, for example, they've got to keep them fit, but they use their bench really well today, hot testing conditions. Years past, Italy don't have a second half like that. They would stutter over the line. They blitzed Namibia in that second half. Namibia kept 0 after half-time, which is a shame. They had their moments. That Mouton try was very well worked off first, second phase, off set play. But Canone, man of the match. Capuzzo, he's going to have a great tournament. This is his coming of age year, I think. I think this is where we say, not only is he a raw talent, he's a talent. Finding gaps. Iannone had a good game. And some good runs getting Italy out of pressure. So I think France and New Zealand may not have it as easy as they think they're going to have. And New Zealand looked vulnerable yesterday. France looked vulnerable yesterday. Don't count out Italy for actually causing an upset for one of those 2 later in the pool stage. They've obviously got Uruguay next. That's going to be kind of a fun encounter because people are saying Uruguay could upset this Italy side. That could be fun. But from me for now, thank you very much for watching. Place your thoughts below, and I'll have the rest of the Rugby World Cup games. I'll do a match review of each one in due course today. So we've got 3 more Rugby World Cup videos to do. The game obviously everyone's looking forward to is England-Argentina, but Australia have Georgia, and Australia are looking vulnerable. Georgia could upset them. That would be a big story if that was to happen. But England-Argentina is the game of the day. That is the last game of the day, so the organisers have figured that one out with the England-Argentina rivalry historically in a variety of areas, both militarily, politically, and in sport. That could be tasty. England also vulnerable. We could see some interesting results the rest of the day. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I will have some more content for you very, very soon.